Guys, this is Ryan, and I finished my first half marathon with a time of 1:39:06. I've had a ton of people ask me how I did that time, any tips or suggestions that I could give them, so I figured I'd shoot you a video to share with you how I changed 2 techniques when it came to my form, which completely overhauled my entire time. I believe I shaved at least 5 to 10 minutes off my total race time. It's something I did about 3 weeks prior to the race day in my training, and I also implemented it the entire time that I was racing. So let's get into those things right now. All right, so the first tip that I want to talk to you about is your actual stride. More specifically, how your feet are actually hitting the ground. So this is a lot of people's normal walking stride. It's walk, heel first, toe. Walk, heel first, toe. Heel first, toe, right? So here's where the challenge happens, is most people take that stride and they incorporate it into the running. So when they run, they come up and they come down on their heel first, then their toe. They come up and then they come down on their heel, then their toe. So what we want to do is, instead of coming down on our heel, we want to run and come down flat on our foot and then push off, and then come down flat again and push off. What you don't want to do is you don't want to be landing on your heel, right? You want to be coming down relatively flat on your foot and then pushing off from there. The analogy that I'll give you is, think of a skater, right? So you got a skater, you skate on a skateboard, they skate like this, right? They don't skate to push off with their heel. They don't come down on their heel and then push. They come down with momentum and push flat. So they're coming down, they push flat. Well, that's the way that I run. I come down and then I push off with my toe. So I don't come down like I used to come down on my heel, right? Then step and push off, which I was basically putting the brakes on. As soon as you do that, you're putting the brakes on. So you want to come down, when you're coming down with your stride, come down, flat, push off, the next one, so forth. All right, next thing we're going to talk about is hills. So the course that I run had quite a bit of hills, both uphill and downhill. So what I do on uphills is I take my body, and normally, when I'm running on flats, I have really good posture, my shoulders are back, my chest is up, but I lean forward more going uphills. So I'll lean just a little bit forward like this to get my momentum to carry me. Not quite that much, but right about there. And that helps me to really keep the momentum and keep everything going forward naturally, more fluid. The other thing too that I do is, when I lean forward, I come and I land on my toes. So as I'm running up the hill, when I take a stride, I don't land flat, I land just a little bit up so my heel's off the ground, and then I just push. I push off my toes every time. So as an example, it would look something kind of like this. When I'd be running, I'd come up and I'd land, push off the toe, push off the toe. What I do on the uphill is I pace myself. So when I'm climbing up the hill, I keep steady pace. I don't push myself way too hard because I find I fatigue if I push myself too hard. So I keep a good pace. And then once you hit the plateau, I start picking it up. And then if there's a downhill, I rip the downhill. A lot of what people do is they'll try and keep that same pace and same speed that they're used to, and they'll actually resist coming down the hill. What I do is I just let my legs fly, and I let the momentum carry me down. So when I did the first half, or the half marathon I did with Scotiabank, I passed at least a couple dozen people because I was cooking down this hill, and it wasn't exerting really that much more energy. I was just letting the momentum carry me down. Okay guys, there you have it. There's a couple solid tips that you can start to implement right away, into your running, and change your style, get better speed, feel stronger, and have more endurance when you're running. So I highly recommend you start incorporating those today. And if you have any questions, just leave them up in the comment box below, and I will get to those right away. We'll share some ideas and hopefully help you out. Remember to share this video out with your friends, and always come back and visit Dirty Runners. We post 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. I will speak to you guys soon. Have an awesome day.